Assalamualaikum and salam sejahtera. I back to my supervisor, my panels, and to all who watch this presentation. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nur Sarah Farisya binti Maisa. My matric number is B0919100014 and I am from 3 Bmmu section 201. My supervisor for this entire project is EN.HAMZAH bin Muhammad. Today, I'm going to present regarding my Bachelor degree project 1, which is to improve the crutches design from the existing prototype. This is the agenda for today's presentation. First, we're going to look at the introduction, which contains the project background, the problem statement, objectives project, and the scope project. Next is literature review, which elaborates more on the types of crutches, advantages and disadvantages, and list of material that can be used to make crutches. In methodology, flowchart, final material selection, morphology chart, path method, conceptual and final design will be shown. And lastly, we will see the expected result from this project at the end of this presentation. Crutches have been around for a long time. A crutch is a medical device that supports a patient's complete body weight or a portion of it. Crutches are often made of wood or metal alloys, most commonly steel, aluminum alloys, and titanium alloys. Although the materials have evolved, the overall design of the crutch has stayed practically same. They are basically sticks with supports for the hand, forearm, and underarm. Patients who require bilateral upper extremity assistance with intermittent weight bearing utilize forearm crutch, also known as Canadian or low-strength crutches. A forearm crutch is used to transfer part of patient's body weight on the hands and arms when walking, like a full-size conventional crutch. Although crutches are an aid for patients to move more easily, they still have drawbacks. There are 4 problem statements stated here. First, users feel less stable due to the small shape and size of the crutch tip. Second, users quickly feel tired and lethargic at the wrist and down as a result of standing for too long. Third, the user feels less comfortable with the posture and position of the hands by holding a hard and static handle. And fourth, existing crutches are quite difficult to carry anywhere due to their long size. Objectives are made in order to achieve the aim of this project, and they are as shown. To focus on making improvement on forearm crutches, analysis the design of the new forearm crutches. To make the best material selection and product design to achieve a high level of comfort for the user. Next, to produce an ergonomic crutch that consists of creative new innovations. And lastly, to fabricate and testing the product. These improvements are more focused on making small innovations on the forearm crutches. Improvements will be able to provide better mobility for users or patients when using crutches. The scope of this research are to compare the crutches with existing design and develop the best design selection through morphology and path method. Project design will be created using SolidWorks software, and the project analysis to see product safety will be made using Altair-inspired software. For these crutches, the maximum user's weight is estimated to be around 100 to 180 kg. Moving on to the types of crutches. There are 2 primary types of crutches, which are underarm crutches and forearm crutches. There are different types of crutches because the right crutches for patient will depend on patient's condition, the doctor's recommendations, and patient's upper body strength. Underarm crutches, also known as axilla crutch, are the most prevalent form of crutch. These crutches go under the arm and may be adjusted to user's height. It is easy to use and balance, but it can be uncomfortable and exhausting to use. Underarm crutches can be made of wood, although aluminum is the most frequently used material today. It may be very unpleasant at longer distances or for long periods of time and has even been linked to nerve damage in the armpit area. Underarm crutches are ideal for temporary injuries, disability rehabilitation following surgical procedures. Forearm crutches are sometimes referred to as low-strength crutches or elbow crutches. People who use crutches for a long time are more prone to use forearm crutches. These These crutches work in a different way than underarm crutches. Amputees and persons with lifelong or chronic impairments from polio or multiple sclerosis rely on them. These crutches are simpler to use since they provide more mobility, allowing users to walk across difficult terrain or up and down stairwells. Although crutches can help users to move more easily, each type of crutches has its own advantages and disadvantages. Often the disadvantages of these crutches will affect the body and will probably slow down the healing process. Like most walking aids, forearm crutches also have pros and cons as shown in the table. There are few advantages and disadvantages of forearm crutch. Let's have a look at the advantages first. First, it is lightweight and can be carried around. It is also suitable for long-term use. Like most crutches, forearm crutches are inexpensive. Other than that, its short construction relieves pressure on the legs and helps to distribute weight more evenly. And the cuffs serve to relieve tension on the arms while also providing comfort and support. Meanwhile, for the disadvantages, it provides less stability. Upper body strength is required to use forearm crutches, and many persons have soreness on the waist as the body weight is increased. Forearm crutches require good standing balance, and as a result of holding the handle hard for a relatively long period of time, injuries to the palms up to the wrist may occur. To ensure that the product to be produced has a guarantee of high quality and durable products, the material to be used must be selected according to its good characteristic. Crutches can be made of a wide variety of materials. Common crutches are divided into 4 types of components, which are the handcuff, the handle, the shaft, and the crutch tip. After making a research, there are several types of materials that can be used in the production of each of these components. The handcuff can be made from nylon 66, so do the handle. The handle also can be made from ethylene propylene diene monomer (EPDM) as the cushion or the pad to cover up the handle. The shaft can be made from titanium alloy, aluminum alloy, graphite, or even carbon fiber. And the crutch tip can be made from ethylene propylene diene monomer (EPDM). Next is the methodology part. As you can see here is the flowchart of the project. The project starts with brainstorming and develop an idea with design. Next, concept specification and design selection will be made before fabricate the crutch. Further step is to test the crutches and analyze the data. And the project ends. This is the whole idea for the project. The cushy crutch is a massive step forward over the crutches that are already available. Small innovations on the Love-Strand crutches are made to provide better mobility for users or patients when using crutches. There are 4 improvements to be made on the crutches. First, the handle on the forearm crutches will be made to be angle adjustable. As mentioned in the problem statement, it is found that users feel less comfortable with the posture and position of the hands while holding a hard and static handle. Included is a mechanism to change the angle, which can be adapted and customized for each user, providing greater comfort and better grip, reducing fatigue of prolonged use. Secondly, an attachment that supports the knee, allowing the user to rest while standing, will be placed on the shaft or the main frame of the crutches. Next, the crutch tip will be changed into a bigger and broader tip. This is to ensure that users can use crutches with more safety and comfort. Lastly, to make it easy to carry around and easy to store, this cushy crutch can be folded. Materials and designs to be used in the manufacturing process of the project should be selected to proceed to the next process. There are lots of considerations that need to be done in order to get the best system and also result. The material used for the handcuff is nylon 66 as it has good abrasion and hydrocarbon resistance to handle the repeated friction and contact to skin when walking. It also has high strength and stiffness to provide sufficient support to the user. Nylon 66 also will be used as for the handle. Ethylene propylene diene monomer (EPDM) will be used as the handle cover. It is excellent in water resistance. Very low specific gravity makes the compound economical. The shaft will be made from titanium alloy. It is outstanding corrosion resistance, low density, and very lightweight. As for the knee rest, it will be made from titanium alloy too, and the pad will be made from rigid foam, which can produce high level of comfort. Last but not least, the crutch tip will be made from the EPDM. Based on morphological chart, many concept designs can be produced due to the diversity of designs available. The project can produce up to 5 possible concept designs, and the best concept will be selected based on evaluation analysis. The best concept design was selected according to their advantages and reliability. The POF method is one of the most commonly utilized ways for identifying the best alternative once a number of viable solutions have been generated. As stated in the slide, there are 5 conceptual designs produced from the morphology chart. Design 2 is at the bottom rank above the factors and criteria that it cannot obtain. Meanwhile, Design 5 is at the top rank as it meets all the available criteria. Figure shown is the conceptual design 5 resulted from combination of problem and solution from morphology chart. This design uses nylon 66 material for the handcuff and handle. When using forearm crutches, the arms and palms will definitely touch or slide on the handcuff and also the handle. This material was chosen for its abrasion and hydrocarbon resistance, as well as its ability to withstand repeated friction and contact with the skin. It also features a high level of strength and stiffness, allowing the user to walk with confidence. Titanium alloy is used for the shaft as it is very light and corrosion resistant. These crutches can be adjusted in height as they have 10 adjusting holes according to the height and comfort of the user. Knee rests are also provided and mounted on the shaft to help reduce the user's fatigue problem when standing for long periods when using crutches. Rigid foam will be used as a cushion on top of the base to give users a good level of comfort on the knees up to the bottom. To achieve an ergonomic level, the M-tip crutch will be used as a crutch tip as it is known for its revolutionary rolling tip, providing a safe pause and helping to ascend, descend hills and also fit on any type of surface. After looking at all the types of material used, Design 5 is the most prominent design and exhibits the ergonomic properties that it has. Not only ergonomic features but also the properties of its design can make these crutches the first choice of society. We have reached the end of the presentation. After constructing the morphology chart, conceptual design and POF method, the final design was obtained, namely Design 5. Design 5 was chosen because all the criteria found in it can overcome the problem statement and directly achieve the project objectives. Benefits that will be obtained if this project is successful and accepted for Bachelor Degree Project 2 is the first to be able to obtain good marks for this subject. In addition, if the project is successfully fabricated on Bachelor Degree Project 2, can produce an ergonomic crutch that can satisfy the needs and desires of users. The people who will benefit from the implementation of this project are especially the users of crutches who want an innovation in their existing crutches. A squishy crutch can also be beneficial to people who have had an accident, broken leg or the like. The target market is in hospitals and pharmacies in Malaysia. I guess that is all from me. Thank you for watching and Assalamualaikum.